This week on the Analog Assault Podcast, episode 123, we're talking about the Bad Batch trailer, Discord, Outriders, and more, so let's go!
You're listening to Analog Assault, a video game podcast by Mulehorn Gaming.
What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode that's full of shenanigans, explosions, and just general dad jokes as we dive into some stuff tonight. We got our normal hosts here with us tonight. We got Rad, we got Crow, we got Lupo, we got Prime. What's up, guys?
What's going on?
What up?
How's it going, guys?
So,
Prime
time all the time. A little housekeeping, as always, here at the start. If you like the content you see right here, then consider hitting that smash button to help MHG keep the lights on. Smash that April Fool's Mule Can Talk.
Smash that smash button, or if you don't
Smash that button that smashes, just punch the buttons. Punch all the buttons. If you want to watch us live, you can watch us every Thursday night here at twitch.tv/Mulehorn Gaming at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Also, you can check out our shop on Amazon to help support Mulehorn Gaming at amazon.com/shop/Mulehorn Gaming. And lastly, anything on Epic, use our code, there we go, Mulehorn -gaming. I seriously cannot talk tonight, guys. I don't know what the deal is. So,
Dash.
it's a minus sign. What have you guys been playing? What you been doing? What you been watching? What's been going on?
There's been a lot going on.
A lot.
Yes. Let's start with watching wise. I'm on season 6 of Vikings. Holy
There you
crap.
go.
That is an amazing series. It's been pretty much my lunch routine for over a month now?
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice, man.
Nice.
Yep. And I wrapped up Superman and Lois. Highly recommend it. Very, very good.
Gotcha.
And Winter Soldier and Cap. Winter Soldier and Cap. Winter Soldier and...
See, it's rubbing off on you, all right?
Contagious.
Please don't rub off on me.
We'll talk about that a little bit. Game-wise, I dived into some games I normally don't play. Octopath Traveler. Holy crap. That freaking hooked me. I played probably 3 hours into it so far. And I found myself liking a game that I've never played before. Style of game. JRPGs I haven't played since Final Fantasy VII, maybe? The old one?
Yeah.
Loved it. Narita Boy that came out on Game Pass.
That? I didn't know you
I
checked
did.
that out. Nice.
I'm probably 1/3 away through it, I think. Retro platformer with new, more modern visuals with some kind of quirky 80s, 90s vibes in there. Real fun.
Cool.
Back to the movies. I saw Godzilla vs. King Kong. Wow.
Ooh.
HBO Max, right?
The Max.
It's HBO Max. It's not a spectacular story, but man, the action is intense, and you get some feels in there. They do Kong up right. They kind of beefed him up a little bit, obviously, but it's well worth the watch. And lastly, my newest venture, I guess you could say, is I'm now affiliated with Always Bearded. It's a beard product store. I saw they had a mask that was called the Beard Tarp. No joke. Because my mask would always cut my beard in half, it'd stick it out and crease it in the day. I hated it. Yeah. So I got this bad boy. Yeah.
Look at this product placement right here.
It's like a sleeping bag for your beard.
It's a loincloth for the beard. Yeah.
Boom. Yeah.
I don't need one, but it looks very effective for big bearded men.
It
and
is.
Women. Whoever has a beard.
And I bought it. I loved it. I bought some more things. I just inquired, like, hey, what does it take to get affiliated with this company? Because I noticed our friend HR Bomber was affiliated. I'm like, I should get on this. I love all beard stuff and talking about it naturally. I don't have to push something I don't like. So I get an email the same day and I'm approved.
Nice.
And there you go. There's a link and code.
So so you use your code and link, and we can buy stuff. Do you get like if we click the link, does that give you stuff, or is it only if you use your code?
If you use the code, well, actually either one. So it
if I click the link,
it tries to be the link or the code, or if you do both of them show up for me. So
cool.
You get a certain threshold before you get like next level affiliated, which is a T-shirt and more products and early stuff and whatnot. I got there overnight. What's happening?
Nice.
That's what's up.
I've been affiliated with anything before, so I'm like, all right, I can do this beard thing.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And
Very
one more
nice.
funny thing is, it really popped yesterday is when my boss walked in. She's like, "Oh, I need that mask for my husband. That's awesome." I'm like,
Use my link.
By the way,
sponsored
Did you do it?
hashtag.
And so I've been sending links and codes out for a while now, and
Good.
some inquiries out in real life as well.
let's get those business cards made up, man.
That's
do
what's
it.
coming next.
With the
That's
QR
right.
code and everything.
We should
Just
put
do
it
up.
in our about. Link it in the about.
Yeah.
Get that going with some moolah.
Yeah.
I'll make it happen. I'll make it rain.
You know what? Never
Love it.
mind.
For your beard banana hammock, use Thaddeus 15.
Banana hammock. Ooh, I like it.
That's hilarious.
All right, that's me. Who's next?
I'll go. Nobody jumped in. Cool. Were you gonna go? Were you literally taking a breath to go, Crow?
No, go.
Okay. Cool. So I have not done as many things as Thad, and I also do not have a beard loincloth. My husband would maybe tell you that I would need one at times, but not now. So so I am working through Community, which my word is hilarious, and I'm really upset that it's taken me this long to watch it, but it has been a joy. And also soon to be on my watch list will be, I did not finish season 3 of Handmaid's Tale because it's depressing and it's hard to watch for long periods of time. But they recently announced, or they recently released the season 4 trailer for Handmaid's Tale, and my goodness, do I feel like I need to watch that. And
Nice.
the Handmaid's Tale Twitter liked my tweet that I tweeted about my excitement. So I was like, hey, I'm famous for 2 seconds. So
Nice.
yeah, so that was cool. And then recently, gaming wise, I've been still going on. I'm sorry, my nose is like really itchy. This is terrible, but I'm really sorry. I've been playing Apex Legends, a little bit of Destiny. I jumped into Sea of Thieves, believe it or not. I was doing that on stream the other day. That was really fun.
All that.
Yeah. And what else? What the heck else have I been doing? Have I been on here? Oh, no. So the last time we did a podcast, it was the day before my 12-hour Lara Croft play stream.
Yes.
And I was talking.
Excellent.
It was really fun. I have a funny story to add to the Lara cosplay stream, but I was very proud of myself. I thought my cosplay looked pretty good for kind of like, it was basically like a homebrew cosplay. I just kind of like put stuff together and made it work. But I played for that full 12 hours. We finished the whole game in the 12 hours. And then at the end, I played Brawlhalla because you can play as Lara Croft in Brawlhalla. And it was just super fun. And the support was great. Thank you to everyone who stopped by. It was a wild, wild day. And therapy, being a therapist, has allowed me to be really good at 12-hour streams because I didn't lose my voice afterwards because I'm talking all day for my job anyway. And the really quick funny story that I'll share is like a couple of days later, I was hanging out with my dad. And I was like, Dad, I don't think I told you, but I dressed up as Lara Croft and did this like 12-hour stream playing the game. And he was like, who is Lara Croft? And so I found a picture of Lara Croft from the game and I showed him and he said, you think you looked like that? And I was
wow. Thanks, Dad.
I was was like, thanks, Dad. Love you too. He was like, I mean, it's fine, but like, you don't look like. I was like, no, we're done. It's fine. But it was great. It made me laugh. I was like, this is the epitome of my father and I. It was amazing. And I'd also that's pretty much it in terms of gaming. I would like to. Oh, you know what? I did jump back into Cyberpunk. I know we're going to talk about it a little bit. I jumped back in to check out the patches, and it looked great on PC. I would like to take a moment for somebody who is listening after the fact. I don't think that they're listening right now. I don't think he's in here. To our beloved Underdog. For those of you guys who don't know, he got to 50 followers today on his Twitch channel, and he, I believe, is able to become an affiliate. And I just want to make sure that he gets a shout out from us because we love that guy and he's a great dude. And if you're not following him, please go follow him. He's totally awesome and super deserves it. So congratulations, dog. You are the man. And you do look like that dog. I don't know how to explain that, but you do look like that dog. So yeah, I think. Oh, also, I've been thinking about this joke all day. It's Lupo's favorite time of the year, which is it's opening day. So go Rays. Baseball is back, and I may never raid again. So cool.
Yeah. I mean, Red hasn't raided in the last month, so it's fine.
My parents are.
We've started 5-manning everybody or 5-personing. I can't say name. We've been 5-personing everything
because of personal stuff. Truly, my parents are moving this weekend. It has been a long month, and I am annoyed. So.
Okay.
Can I just give you crap without a winded explanation?
No. Have you met me? I'm a Jewish woman. It's a winded explanation
yeah.
for everything.
Oh dear.
All right, so I'll take the floor next. Usually I cap off before Mule goes, but I'll go now. And I had to write everything down because it's been a busy couple of weeks. And this is why I have to start writing down. So then like I saw Rad almost had the issue of not remembering what she did the last time we had a podcast. So now I have to write everything down because I'm old. All right. So what did I play? I will start with the play. I finished Battletoads with my kid this week. That was a lot of fun. So it's actually a really short game, but when you have somebody that doesn't have the attention span to get through it, it takes a lot longer. So it's really about a 3 or so hour game, and it took us several sessions over many weeks. So that is done. So that's game number 7 for the year. Kind of falling behind the pace of being able to hit 50, but we'll get there. I got to the halfway mark in Gears 5, which is actually really, really like the interesting part of the game. You kind of learn some new things about the characters, and honestly, like I'm really surprised with how much I enjoy Kate as the main protagonist of the protagonist of the game. Just a really good character development, all in all through the course of the game, and I'm looking forward to see where that game ends. Other games I played over the last couple of weeks, Torchlight 3, because it got added to Game Pass, has been something I've been like checking out to see if it's on sale on Steam. And then they're like, "Oh, we're gonna bring the Game Pass." I was like, "All right, cool." Another awesome Diablo game, I can't say Diablo game. It's a isometric ARPG, which me and Crow have been talking about for like the last 2 or 3 months, that we wanted something to kind of dig into and play for a little bit. So really happy that came to Game Pass. But then on top of that, we got the beta for Magic Legends, which was a lot of fun, and I think we'll talk about that a little bit because I think we've all touched it. Most of us touched it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we touched it.
Yeah, I forgot to mention it. So good job. Yeah.
You're welcome. And then obviously played a couple hours of Outriders today before I got a phone call from my mom that I had to take. And Destiny 2 is just always consuming my life, so that's where my games are. And then as far as watching, so since the last podcast, I did watch the Snyder Cut, all 4 hours of it, and it was actually substantially more enjoyable than the original version. So a little bit more exposition than they really needed, but I did like the like explaining of Cyborg's backstory and all that sort of stuff. So I felt like it wasn't unwarranted, but I could see how people have the critique that it's a little too long. So that's that. I watched the Dota series. Now, Dota is a game that I have never played before, so I've talked to people about Dota, and it's like the show is very good. It's done by the same people who did Voltron Legendary Defender, which is probably my favorite Netflix show that's ever been made. And the animation quality is really, really good. The story is good. The emotions and like the interaction between the characters is great, and the story is like it's a universe that I've never been a part of, and now I want to know more about it. So after 8 episodes, I'm really interested to see if they do continue that, and it's given me the idea to at least like look at the game and see what it's about and see if I would be something I'd play, which is probably not because it's competitive. Where are we at next? Sorry, guys. I'm a little bit winded today.
I like that you have a list.
I have to. I'd forget. I would literally forget. And then we'd be like halfway through things and I have to cut people off. So if I have the floor now, I'm just going to explain everything. I did watch Falcon and Winter, both episodes. I had to rewatch the second episode today because I fell asleep during it last week. I think, honestly, for a weekly show, an hour long is a bit long. I don't think it's like
you're too used to animes.
Right. Yeah. No, that is the problem at this point. But I just feel like it's not what I was expecting for it to be like 50 minutes both weeks, and it may be shorter this week because that's kind of how Mandalorian is, where you get like the one episode that like is kind of long, and then you get the other episodes that kind of like fall in line with like normal TV series. So
yeah,
I did enjoy it. I want to see like the better development of what's going on and what like is really like the goal here, because they opened up some interesting parts of the universe last week, and you're like, oh well, what else is going on here, you know? So I kind of want to see what that's about. I watched
heard a rumor that episode 5 is going to leave people in tears, and that it's really good. So
I'm looking forward to it because I think I like the dynamic between Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
and then their dynamic with Cap, with the new Cap. It's really like funny in like a dry way, you know, and I kind of like it.
Yeah.
The up Cap.
Yes.
The Cap you want to punch in the face. That Cap?
So much.
Yeah. Well, at first you're like, all right, he's kind of being honest, and then like after that one scene, he just turns into an asshole, and you're like, all right, this guy's a dick. I don't like him anymore.
You know what he reminds me of is the douche guy that's in a fraternity in college. That's what he reminds me of. I'm like, that's why I don't like him.
He's that guy.
Yeah.
I also watched 3 episodes of Invincible, which is much bloodier than I expected it to be. Like, anybody else watch it?
I saw a clip on Twitter or something, and I was like, oh, this is like, it reminded me a lot of Injustice.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%. 100%.
Okay.
But like it was really, really good. It kind of reminds me of like My Hero Academia a little bit, but like more like an American style of it. But you're not in school; you're being taught by your superhero father. You know, so it's really interesting. I think like the world building that they're doing. Like, and I've never read the comic. I think they do really good world building to put you in this scenario to understand what's going on in the world, and you can empathize with Invincible, the main character, and I really like it. I want to see where the rest of it goes. So,
by the way, if you have Comixology app, you can actually read the comic for free right now, I think.
Nice.
So
I might have to do that then, because it's probably relatively short. You know, comics can run hundreds of issues, right, so relatively short for a comic is like 40, 50. So I will check that out. And I'm almost on here. And then like my regular anime, so like Log Horizon's one I've been watching regularly. That time I got reincarnated as slime. ReZero I've been watching a lot of. Attack on Titan is like my weekly serialized that I watch religiously every Sunday because it's the last season, and that's really starting to heat up. And I started going. I'm in my, I guess it's like my 3rd watch session of One Piece. So I watch it at like chunks at a time. So I've gotten through like episode 60 to like, I think I'm in the 140s now. So I actually watched like 80 episodes of One Piece over the last like 2 or 3 weeks.
Thanks. You're like 5% through.
No, I'm 10% through. No, 5%, right. So that was my last 3 weeks in a nutshell.
Ugh,
a walnut shell.
A walnut.
Yeah.
Oh, right, so my week's been interesting. Been doing a lot of gaming, playing a lot of different things. Like everyone else, I played the Magic demo and really liked it. So I did not realize that it was a Diablo-esque game until maybe 5 hours before I downloaded the demo. I saw like that this was coming out. I knew that the demo was coming out, and I saw people like getting all excited. But I was like, of all people, like I understand that Thaddeus has played some other card games, but why is he hyping it up so much? And then as soon as I'm saying that, I see a clip of the actual gameplay. I'm like, oh, this is never mind. This looks interesting. I have never played Magic, but this looks interesting.
Yep.
So played a bit of that. Got obviously had to try out the Mage class. That's just me. But then I also tried the Geomancer, and I really liked that way as well. But haven't played too much more of that since last week. I've been playing a lot of Destiny and Genshin Impact. For the first time in a while, I hit season rank 100 in Destiny like pretty early on in the season. I feel like, considering like normally I'm 2 or 3 weeks from the end before I get to 100. There's been a couple where it's been the last week of the season where I hit 100.
Yeah.
Other than that, I did watch the Snyder Cut. I watched the Snyder Cut this weekend. May have been a little bit inebriated during it, so may have not caught quite all of it. But I enjoyed it. Definitely an improvement over the original. But like Lupo said, there was a lot of extra stuff that just, I don't know if it necessarily needed to be there. I was having a conversation with one of my friends at work, and I was saying, like, there's a lot at the end, without saying any spoilers, like, there's a lot at the end of it that if they are actually going to make a DC Cinematic Universe is great.
Yep.
But they need to do it. Like, if not, it was just a bunch of waste of time. It was like half an hour waste of time, if not.
Yeah, I mean, there's rumors that they're gonna do at least 2 more films. So,
well, I think that was the original idea that they were gonna do.
Mm.
They were gonna do 3, and he had them so like not necessarily like written, but like the ideas in place
outline,
for them. Yeah, and just with everything that happened during the original release, like I don't think they're going to now. Unfortunately,
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
it's super sad, man. Because like I respect the vision now. You know, like at first I thought it was really more like a stroking his ego type of thing, but then you really understand like why it happened, and the fact of it's. I wouldn't say it's like dramatically different, but there's a lot of stuff that was cut out that like is really integral to completing the story. You know. And I think Joss Whedon put some things in that just made the original cut of the movie worse.
Yep.
It's Hollywood.
The lasso scene was terrible. That was the worst thing I've ever seen in a superhero movie.
Yeah. It's a Hollywoodization, I guess you could say, where instead of like just making something that's art and that's really good, you use a formula and you stick to the formula. Mm-hmm. And it just that's the thing that's driving me nuts with films right now. It's like, what's happened to all the like music too? Like I feel like what happened to all the really good like art? You know, it feels like it has to be sound this way, it has to go this way, it has to have a certain cadence or whatever.
The way I like kind of see it also, like for my weeb friends out there, it is the manga to the anime to the live Netflix adaptation.
Yeah, now that's what it is. Like it's so far skewed from like what the original version was. It's rough.
Yeah.
Other than that, what else have I been playing? My regular stuff, watching all my animes, but did jump in last night with our friend Rad and did some Among Us for the first time in a while.
Oh, yeah.
There was a new map added. There was a new map added,
cursing?
and
me, I was cursing.
Oh, I was channeling my inner dirty bombs at one
So
point.
a bunch of us were streaming it at once, and if I don't have like editing software, but there was no, I wasn't stream sniping. There was a specific game where one of the people who was playing with us were just like those of us who could have sniffed him out were dead, and so it was like Crow, Doxson and someone from my community and this other guy Nightsight. I think you guys know Nightsight. He was still alive, and I want to when that game finished, I'd like to go and get everybody who is streaming and like montage
the footage of that
match. Just a montage of our reactions because we all came on the mic hot like. What the F were you guys doing? Like we were just.
There was at one point very near the end where it was me and Doc and, well, I guess it was 4 of us still because we would have won if not. And I'm like, Doc, you and I can clear each other. We know it's Night. We have to vote him off. And the vote ended up getting split because of Doc. And I was just like, I was yelling at my chat. I was
telling my husband about it today, and he was humoring me a little bit. But I've been laughing about that. I got up. I literally, when that vote split, guys, I stood up out of my chair and I left. I was like, I'm out of here. I can't deal with these idiots. I was like so mad about it. But anyway, there's a new there's a new map on Among Us. If you like Among Us, check it out. It's really fun. It's
huge and it's hard.
Yeah.
Ooh. And you get
God. Let's move on.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Woo. Okay.
But anyway, the last thing, obviously started playing Outriders today.
Yeah.
Even with its issues today, it finally got in consistently. And I am going to talk about it more once we get to it. But boy, the last, like Robbie can attest, the last 30 minutes of my stream, I was just like. I could see the code. I was like, this mod? Oh, okay. Like, this is gonna be some interesting builds. Like, I'm really excited.
Right on, man. Right on.
Me Neo.
Cool. How about you, man?
Mule.
Lots of Apex. Lots and lots of Apex. I've maxed out my battle pass like a couple of weeks ago, actually. So I've been mostly solo.
You're behind? Queuing. You didn't get it done the first day?
No. But I have. I mean, Apex has been almost like Apex and Star Wars Battlefront 2 is all I've really been playing because there's just not any other games I want to go play right now. You know. Yeah. But I've been playing mostly solo on ranked. But I did have a really good time the other night jumping in with our old friend I Am Mattman and the dad, and we had a lot of fun playing ranked and just rowing it up, you know, and being dumb. I freaked out when I saw Bad Batch trailer drop, and I watched it probably 50 times because I am so excited. I can't wait. Been watching Falcon and Winter Soldier, of course, like you guys, and it's great. I love the dynamic that they're giving Bucky and the depth of his character and how he's struggling with, like, I don't want this to be a spoiler, but it is a spoiler for episode 2. So
don't say it. I haven't watched episode 2 yet. That's something I had to say that I forgot to say. I am not as drawn into this as I was WandaVision.
I'm the opposite.
I don't know if it's because I saw where WandaVision was going. Like I understood the nuance. Yeah. Obviously they're not trying to like do something like that in this.
I'm really struggling with that, honestly, because I feel like the first scene in episode 1 of Falcon and Winter was one of the best scenes in all of the Marvel.
I'm not saying it wasn't great, but I wasn't like on the edge of my seat. I need to see the next episode. What's going to happen next?
Fair.
I enjoyed it, but I'm not like
that's fair.
I need to know what happens next.
But I'll allude to it then. I won't say what it actually was.
I'll put it this way: it actually wrapped it up like pretty well. Like, yes, there's going to be an episode 2. Oh, hands are freaking out. But it actually kind of had a good like ending to it.
My hands are freaking out.
Sorry. So I'm gonna try to allude to what I was saying though, is that when he's talking to Sam about, you know, if Cap is wrong about this, then he could be wrong about this. I was like, that is like, and you could see him holding in his aggression these last 2 episodes, and I think we're gonna get some Winter Soldier kicking some butt in these next couple episodes. Guys, you guys got a hype train going on right now. Appreciate you guys dropping all the biddies in the stream. Yeah, but like all I'm hearing is dinging in my ears now.
All I'm hearing is credits. Something about credits.
Yeah. So I did watch the Snyder Cut, and it was probably the best thing I've watched all year. For me.
Is that because it's the only movie you've watched so far this year? Like
No. I mean, you got WandaVision, you got Falcon Winter Soldier.
Movie.
You know, you got all that.
I said movie.
Yeah. Guys,
it's the first movie I've actually watched this year.
It could be still the best thing he's watched, even if he's not talking about movies.
You guys are blowing it up in chat. Appreciate you guys. Just want to say thank you. Thank you for that gifted sub, Tracks. But yeah, it's like I felt like it's what I always wanted in a DC film, and then I get why it had to be 4 hours because, like, you needed to know that stuff about Cyborg, and it made it so much better. Like with his dad and him, and the fact that Superman doesn't come in until like way middle or late in the film makes the buildup even better. It was the latter half of the middle. So
the end of the second, third.
Yeah.
The movie.
Yeah. It was like if there was 4 acts, it would be like the third act that he comes in. But yeah, it was like the best thing ever. And there's some drama in the Star Wars universe, and that Star Wars Theory said that he wants to see now a Lucas cut of, what he intended for, was it 8, 9, and 10 or whatever? What was after the last 3 original? So
but like, there's a difference between
7,
like
8,
the
9.
Lucas cut and the Snyder cut. Like this, Snyder literally had the movie pretty much done when they're in the process of making it, and then he had to step away, and then someone else finish it. Like Lucas didn't have a lot of part of directing the film.
Yeah, he has the
they'd have to
outlines,
basically rewrite and reshoot the entire film, which you can't do without Carrie Fisher.
They didn't do at all of what he was going to originally intend for the next.
Yeah, no, 100%. That I understand.
I would love to see, even if it's just like a documentary of like, here's what I would have done. It would have just been interesting to see it. But anyways, it caused drama. So I don't know if we really even say much about the Bad Batch other than we're excited, but that's one of the talking points. Yeah. What do you guys?
I thought the trailer was very good, though. Honestly.
Can I ask a question about it?
Yeah.
Who's the chick in the helmet?
There's a lot of theories. Do you want me to just spew out Star Wars stuff here?
I mean, I asked.
I have a guess. I'll take a guess.
Yeah, what's the
2 minutes. Go.
It's Bo-Katan.
No.
I don't think it is.
No.
They showed her eyes for a second. And like, it's not who I think it is because that person's dead. But I'm just curious who you think it is.
I think there's a couple prevailing theories. One is it's Boba Fett's sister. So it's basically a clone replica of Boba Fett, because the thing that you were seeing struggling with in Attack of the Clones is they have this clone template of Jango, right? So they take his like DNA or whatever. You can only stretch that so many times and so much before you start like just degrading and you can't make any clones. That's one of the reasons why they stopped making clones, is because it was the specimen they had was starting to degrade. Jango Fett was dead, so you can't keep making clones, right? So what I think is it could possibly be a replica of Boba Fett, but a female, or it could be the last clone template that they had. So it's the last one that wasn't degraded very much, and it just so happens to be a girl. So I think it might be one of the final templates that they were hoping they could use later on to make more clones if they needed to. So that's some of the prevailing theories right there. I don't necessarily know if any of that'll be true, but that's some of the theories there.
Nate said he thinks it's Fennec.
It's not Fennec. I don't think it's Fennec at all.
I still think it might be. I mean, I still agree with Nate. But I like your ideas too, though. That would make for a good story. I just, I always wonder. I know Star Wars pretty well, but I don't know it like it. So that when I have questions about hypotheses, I know to come to you.
Yeah.
So
I think it's going to be exciting. First episode is going to be 90 minutes too. So.
Wow. Yeah. When does it come out? I forgot.
May 4th. Come on.
May the 4th be with you,
really
Rad.
With you.
Damn it, Rad. I know Sora was super well, but
Yeah.
don't know the holiday.
Okay, first of all, don't make me drop an F-bomb in your direction, Lupo. I'm still high off of Among Us. Second of all,
Direction.
I actually thought it came out in June. That's why I asked. If I had known that it was May 4th, I wouldn't have asked such a novice question. Okay?
That's okay.
I came out
All Star Wars fans are welcome here. It's okay.
Thank you. Even Rad, who sucks. Nate in chat is saying that the woman in the helmet is voiced by Ming-Na Wen. So
I'm rewatching it right now.
Yeah, but you think about this, Maul was voiced and Palpatine was voiced by the same voice actor in Clone Wars. So
Okay, but then why would they put her helmet on? It's a very similar looking helmet.
It's showing an older Finnick fighting with the Bad Batch.
Misdirection.
So I don't know necessarily if there's going to be any tie-in right there. I don't really think there is, especially with her being at the clone facility. I think she is a clone template. That's probably the most likely thing.
We're going to find out on May 4th.
They wanted to make more clones, and maybe she's going to be a template to help out the Mandalorians later on. So they can have a standing army of Mandalorians. I don't know.
Okay.
Falcon Winter Soldier, we already talked about that a little bit. Any other thoughts on the Falcon Winter Soldier stuff? I mean...
I have not watched it. That was one that really didn't catch my attention. Just because, this might be hearsay, but, I'm not, Captain America was never, my number one dude. So I was like, man, whatever. So, but I will say, I'm a Thor...
That's okay.
She likes a big hammer.
So
oh my gosh.
Listen, Crow's the one who was it was long and big and hard.
My gosh.
This is falling apart here.
I didn't go quite there, but
it's all falling apart. So Nate, now you're just ruining it. I don't care what it says on IMDb, okay? I want it to be surprised. But anyway, so I did read an article. I hope this was not an April Fool's thing. I don't think it was. But
probably was.
I don't think it was. The guy who is the new Captain America, who I have no reference of anything about him. I think that the article that I saw said that he actually auditioned for Captain America initially. Yes. Is that true? That's not April Fool's, right?
He did. No, he did.
Okay, I think that's a pretty cool thing, actually.
Yeah.
So he,
I can't imagine having him as the actual Captain.
Russell's son.
We have America's ass as Captain America, so you couldn't have anybody else.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just thought it was really cool. So I just wanted to share that with the world. So Mule is upset. He's like, we cannot have content.
Dude, I didn't know we were gonna go there tonight, but okay, I'll accept it.
Anybody want to be a kid? It is 10 o'clock Eastern time. If there's children in here, get out.
Yeah. Any other thoughts? Falcon Winter Soldier?
I'm excited.
Look forward to tomorrow.
Yeah.
Same.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be real good. Discord is up for, I guess, acquisition, right? The big thing is Microsoft is a front runner. And this is from Bloomberg that they were reporting that Microsoft was in talks to acquire Discord. Microsoft
is not the company.
For $10 billion. Hindsight, Bethesda was bought for $7 billion. So, what?
Yeah,
they get the money in the bank.
I got a few things to say about this, honestly.
Let's hear it.
Well, first off, this makes a lot of the partnership issues make a lot more sense with Discord. So over the last year and a half, Discord issuing partnerships and being more harsh about maintaining partnerships has gotten pretty strict. So the fact that they were looking to sell or potentially sell the company makes a lot more sense now. I know people personally have lost their Discord partnerships. At least 2 dozen people that have lost Discord partnerships. And their requirements are not easy to hit. Like you need like 50 people talking like every single day, pretty much. It's pretty out there.
Wow.
But like 10 billion like just seems like an astronomical number for one thing, like Bethesda offers a lot more, and I might be seeing this with a narrow lens, but I don't know if Bethesda, maybe it was just so much more for Bethesda to join them for the 7 billion, so maybe that like it was an incentive for that. It just seems like such a high number for something like Discord, when there's other things, and like honestly, I don't think that Microsoft could even gain a greater technology from Discord. Like it usually like that's Microsoft's thing, is that they'll acquire a company to gain better technology, and I don't see Discord have anything besides a user base that's greater than anything else that's out there right now.
I have a theory on that. Go ahead.
What? My thought is that the main reason why they're doing this is because Discord is obviously the main way that people on PC communicate for gaming.
Okay.
We're getting a lot more PC stuff from Microsoft with PC Game Pass and stuff and everything they're doing. There's a lot more crossplay as well. So maybe they see, well, people want to play crossplay with PC and Xbox, but in my opinion, PC players don't want to use Xbox voice chat.
Yeah, no.
It sucks.
Why not get Discord and add Discord onto Xbox?
Yeah.
We've had that conversation several times. That integration would be perfect.
It'd be great. Yeah.
Perfect.
I also think wasn't this whole deal? Didn't Discord approach Microsoft?
I think they're probably shopping. Yeah, they're probably shopping their name.
Sure.
I mean, they've had a long-standing partnership though, with like there's a lot of different subscription deals and stuff like that in place.
Sure.
Like
that's true. You're right about that. Yeah.
Things with Game Pass and all that sort of stuff. So I mean, I don't think there was. This isn't like completely out of the blue.
No. But I think a lot of
10
people.
10 billion seems like a lot when Bethesda in comparison is $3 billion less.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the only reason I said that was because I think a lot of people are seeing this and saying, wow, Microsoft is making a lot of moves. But it really, based on what has been reported, it was not Microsoft that made the move. It seems like it was Discord saying, hey, let's make a deal.
This was my theory. Nate's stealing my thunder in chat here. My theory is Microsoft is very much an acquirer of technology. They will acquire the technology and integrate it with whatever they have. And my professional work, we use Teams,
Same.
And it sucks. It sucks. I think what possibly could happen if they did acquire it is like Nate is saying in chat, is that they could probably integrate Discord and have Teams just basically disappear, and Discord becomes the new Microsoft Teams. Because there's more businesses that are actually using Discord. There's people that use Discord, over everything compared to Teams. I mean, the video quality and the voice quality is way better than Teams.
But see, like Teams has a lot of things that Discord doesn't, like built-in scheduling and stuff like that. Those are things that I miss from other apps. Like my old clan used Band, and honestly, I deleted Discord for Band because Discord doesn't do the things that other apps do. Basically, a communication and a message board. Like everybody else does that. What makes Discord better besides the user base? And like that's just me. And like this is the exact conversation I had with Thaddeus 4 years ago, 5 years ago now.
Yeah.
He was like, hey, look, like join our Discord. I was like, man, I deleted that already. Like I don't want to go back. But like we're 5 years later. But that's not the point I was trying to make. It's just the fact, like what does Discord really do better than any other voiceover protocol or message board, essentially,
I think their UI is cleaner. I like their UI because I've been looking recently. We asked a question on Twitter about Gilded as well, which is kind of a quasi Discord type app, strictly focused on video games. And they do have like forums and calendar and things like that. But to me, it's just like the UI in Discord over Gilded is so much simpler and straightforward than the UI that I get in Gilded, or even like in Teams. Like Teams has a pretty simple UI build out, but I feel like maybe it's just the familiarity I have with Discord over Teams, but I feel like
Could be.
the superiority comes in, especially in video, like because we use video to do our podcasts here in Discord. So the stuff you guys are seeing is from a video call from Discord, and it's clear, crystal clear. So I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. I mean, Nate may be right. I mean, the dude is on point tonight. They may just be trying to drive up their stock offerings and things like that. So I don't know.
I heard that as well. I heard that Discord was going to go public.
If that happens, that's great for people who want to jump in early investment, but that also means they're going to have to be more competitive, and that means pricing will most likely go up as they try to be more competitive.
Because Gilded actually has subscriber revenue
like
also.
Patreon,
so like if you're
basically.
if basically, yeah. So Gilded is basically where Mixer was 4 years ago. Really like setting themselves up for giving the big dog competition. So it's gonna be interesting to see. Like for me, I don't have a dog in the race because honestly, like Discord doesn't do anything for me beyond existing and connecting people. Exactly.
Yeah.
There definitely needs competition in the marketplace, and for them to say like we're gonna sell or give our technology to somebody else, like I'm not bothered either way. And even if Microsoft, like I have a soft spot for all things Microsoft because obviously I was a subcontracted employee with Microsoft for 2 years. Just it is what it is at this point. If they acquire them and they absorb their technology and get rid of the name, no loss in my book.
Yeah, there's plenty of other resources people can use. It's just I hope it doesn't go the way of Mixer because I really do think if they did at least as like Crow was saying, and minimum add it to Xbox, it would be good.
A-okay.
So guys, Outriders, it's here. Outriders! Have you played it? Rad is like, no, what is that game? I don't care. It's not Destiny. I'm sorry. You've been playing Apex. I take that back.
I mean, I watch Outriders stuff. I just don't want to play it.
Yeah, I get it.
It's fine. You boys go ahead.
I actually played quite a bit more today, and I kept getting just a fun vibe, even solo. That is just a fun, like little meat grinder, like almost Gears-esque, Mass Effect 3 multiplayer-esque like vibe the whole time. And even when I got to a spot where I was just getting destroyed and died and almost lost my world tier status, it almost dropped me down because I died so much.
Wow!
But it was fun. It was still fun, like blowing crap up in that game. But what are you guys finding as you've jumped in?
I've only jumped in for 2 hours post where I left off in the demo, and I've unlocked another skill ability with the Trickster. My favorite character so far, the Cyclone. Holy crap!
Yeah, I saw that.
Amazing.
It's like the Berserker from Diablo, and it looks super fun.
Yeah, and you
Is that the Beyblade looking ability?
Yeah, he's like you're spinning.
Exactly. Yeah, the Beyblade. I like that one. So it just makes it a lot of fun. I went from teleporting in and blasting away and doing the slow time bubble to now just going in there like, come on, bring it to me, and then just slicing and dicing. So, and I'm only level 10, and we barely scratched the surface of one character. I'm freaking excited. And I've seen some of the build demonstrations on other characters as well. Holy crap. I'm going to be playing this for a while. So, I mean, I know it doesn't have a lot to offer in the long term, but in the short term, it's going to be pretty meaty for a game, I'd say. So I can't wait to get back in after this, for sure.
Yeah, I've been really enjoying it. I started playing right after I got home today from work, and I did like a almost 6 hour stream today playing it. I mean, I know the first hour was a lot of what's this? Let's sit on the loading screen. It was Iron Tapir all over again, in a way. But I just picked up right where I was at. I'm still loving the Pyromancer, but I unlocked probably my favorite ability as well as the next one.
Which one's that?
Which is the Volcanic Rounds.
Yes, you were going ham on that.
Basically, it makes it to where you basically have incendiary rounds. And also, they have kind of an AoE when they hit stuff. So you can shoot it at a barrier that they're hiding behind, and it will ignite them.
Like napalm splash damage.
Kind of, yeah. And what it does is it lasts for the whole clip of the magazine when you activate it. So what I found is using it with an LMG with a large mag.
Big brain, dude. Big brain.
Yep. But I was messing with it, and I was messing with the mods today or afterwards, and I found a set. I had to take pictures of this to like remember what the mods were. Oops, I was falling over.
Hold on, guys. That VTube freaks me out sometimes.
So this is like a build that I'm working on with the bullets. So I have one of the skills, one of the mods I found actually gives you a second mag so you can reload once and you still have more incendiary rounds. Another one, basically any of them that are affected by the volcanic rounds get weakness applied to them, so they're taking more damage.
Yeah.
Then I can use my Feed the Flames ability, which is one where I just do a flame lifesteal, and it will give me 33% of my magazine back for every enemy affected by Feed the Flames. And then I have another mod that allows my Feed the Flames to affect an additional target. So Feed the Flames base only affects one target. So I'm getting 66% of my magazine back and never having to reload the mag, so I can effectively infinitely have volcanic rounds if I'm playing right. So Robbie was just sitting there like, what? This is cool. And I was just loving it.
I'm loving it. Yeah, I saw you were watching it today.
And then on
struggle a little
top
bit
of that,
with mobs until you
on
get it
top
down.
of that, I found an LMG that has freeze, so you can burn them and freeze them at the same time.
Oh, nice. Very
That
nice.
sounds fun. I like it.
What game are we talking about?
This game called Enoch Simulator.
All right, tell me more.
So I got to play like 2 hours today. I got a phone call from my mom that I had to take, so I got pulled away from what I was doing. Jumped back in on the Devastator, had a bunch of issues logging into the game first, and then had some stuttering issues because I didn't update my drivers on the PC because I had saw that people were having issues. They said one of the workarounds is not to update the drivers, so that's why I didn't. But then I updated and then everything started running fine. So I'm still enjoying it. I feel like when you first jump back in, they kind of changed some of the scaling with how the world tiers work, because I was just getting obliterated when I logged back in after just like mowing through enemies at the end of the demo and coming back into it, just getting like completely
I can
destroyed.
tell they also changed some of the perks a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, during the demo, I had an assault rifle that for every bullet you hit, you would gain a little bit of overshield, and you could just keep building that up. And then when you took damage, it would slowly chip away depending on how much damage was dealt to you. They changed it to you had to hit so many bullets before you gained a full overshield, but then as soon as you took damage, it basically would one-shot the overshield. So you weren't nearly as survivor. Your survivability definitely went way down.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I had like the same epiphany today where I was confused of where my build was going to go, but then realized that way because you can reset it infinitely with no cost.
Yep.
That you could start some way, and then if you get good gear to spec you some other way, you can very quickly do a 180 and start over and build something completely different than what you were doing before. So I think the build diversity is going to be good. My biggest concern for this game is going to be the end game, because even though there's 14 unique expeditions, that doesn't sound to me, for somebody that plays the same end game every single week in Destiny, this doesn't even feel like that much stuff, honestly.
Do you think they're going to have more
14,
stuff?
that's cute.
No, I don't think so. There's no plans for a DLC. I think they were so focused on getting this game out that they're not even going to think about DLC for at least a year. Like, is there ideas? I'm sure there is, but they're not going to talk about it. And I think that's the best approach to it right now. They shouldn't even be thinking about DLCs. And not because I don't believe in the fact that like people should be working on DLCs ahead of time, but I think there's so much distrust in the industry right now amongst like the consumer about like cut content, poor launches and stuff like that. Like people's focus should be getting the game out 100%. And I think they're doing a good job managing the little issues that the game does have right now. Also, too, I wanted to bring up because we were talking about this. We talked about Avengers. I guess the last time we podcasted.
Yeah.
So Avengers peak day one population on Steam was 30,000. Outriders hit over 100K today, so it's triple the amount of users.
Jeez, it went up even further since we were last talking about it.
Yep.
Nice.
It was this afternoon was at 70,000. It's gone up to 100,000 since me and Crow were talking about this afternoon. So
it's already
triple the
looking
output.
better.
It's the highest populated game that Square Enix has put out in the modern era. So it's just a testament to how they have like really released the game. They released a demo in a really great state. They communicated well. They were constantly updating even the demo up until last week.
They got rid of the screen shake.
Yep. So it's really taking the feedback, making sure the game launches in a as best state as possible. And even with I think with the issues that it's had so far, it's still better than a lot of these other things that we've seen. And then the demo itself has shown enough to get people interested in playing. And I'm not even those aren't even the Game Pass numbers. That's just Steam itself, where people are paying full price for it. It's crazy.
Yep. So moving on over to Magic. What did you guys think? I mean, I'll start it and just say that I was actually pleasantly surprised. I really did enjoy it.
Yeah, Rad.
I played
this game.
Started off, Rad.
Cool. So I will actually start it off by saying I've actually played Magic: The Gathering, the card game. So I have a couple of decks, and
you nerd.
I'm a nerd. I don't talk about Outriders like a nerd, but I'm a nerd. So I have played Magic: The Gathering, so I was like super excited to jump into this, and I just saw like that live, and then I looked over to the stream and I saw Thaddeus do it again. So that was like great. So so I was really excited to like jump into it, and so opposite of Crow, I knew that it wasn't a card game because I remember when they announced it. I think it was at E3 last year. Oh no, it was Game Awards when they announced it at Game Awards. But I didn't realize that part of the mechanic was cards and like using mana to utilize like the skills that you get. And when I realized that that was part of the game, I was super stoked because, man, there's just some cool, spells and creatures that you can cast in Magic.
Yeah. And
so, as somebody who knows like how the different mana. That's the color for you guys who don't know what I'm talking about. But for the different types of manas that are in the game, it was really cool to like say, well, you know what? I think that I like the idea of the Geomancer, but I know that I really like how green decks work. I have a really cool green deck. It's an angel deck, so it's green white. I have an angel deck, and it has like rampant growth and like all these different things to like pump out a bunch of mana, and I can play these huge creatures and just like destroy people. And so I don't know what Crow's doing with his hands. I stopped watching. I'm so used to reading chat that I just like do it all the time. So I was like, yeah, let me do green. So I started with the Beast Collar. And it's great. One of the first things you get on green is this, I forgot what it's called. I think it's Elven Assailment or something like that. And it's this really dope skill where I'm saying it, a foursome of elves like spawns above you and they start like raining arrows down in like an area attack. It's really, really cool. And I was just like, this is it. Like, this is super great. So I'm not like an ARPG kind of person. Like I don't actually technically know if Diablo is considered that, but like when Diablo 3 came out, okay, it is. Okay. I started playing Diablo 3 with my husband. I wasn't really into it, but that was before I was really like super into gaming. So I think if I went back now, I'd probably enjoy it more. Yeah. I really liked this, and I think it helped that I also enjoy Magic the Gathering. So for people out there who have played the card game, but you're like, I don't know if like, what do I make of a game that's Magic without being the card game? I say jump into it. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at seeing like the different spells that you can collect. And you can eventually start collecting spells of like other mana. So like my hope is to eventually build like a green-white character. And so I'm doing a lot of like rebirth, like regeneration and, plant.
Are they going to end up adding all of the colors? Because I know there wasn't all the colors in the demo.
No, those are all the colors.
There wasn't a white.
Yeah, there was.
There was a light.
That
was my first. Yeah.
That's what dog was playing as. They're all there.
That's right. Yeah, no. Was there a black? What one was the black?
Necro.
Oh, I thought that was purple. Like I didn't realize that was.
No, and
black.
Because I've been doing so much Pokemon. I was talking to my husband. I was like, and then they have a purple, and I thought he was going to divorce me. He was like, it's black, and I was like, okay.
Okay.
My husband's a big Magic player. We have a ton of cards. You can't see it in the shot, but on this table behind me, there's like a stack of cards. They're just like, we don't even have a box for them. They're just all over our house. We have a lot of Magic cards. So that's my thought. So I thought it was good. I think you can tell it's in beta. I think that it's a little rough around the edges, but I'm enjoying it. I truly think that if you're somebody who likes Magic the Gathering, you will be pleasantly surprised at how this game plays.
It kind of made me want to play the card game, even though I've never played it.
Yeah. Actually, so I was streaming it a couple weeks ago, and there are some members of my community. One of my mods, Tristan, some of you have interacted with him. I know him IRL. He is a huge Magic guy, and he and some other people were talking about it. And the Rat Alliance may be starting like a semi-regular Friday Night Magic group.
Nice.
Playing through Magic Arena. That's the card game. And so it kind of like, sometimes you don't realize that the people who you're in a community with have like other things in common with you outside of like video gaming. So that was kind of like a nice thing that we came across. So.
Right on. Mm-hmm. Any other thoughts?
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. I thought it was more of a Diablo style game based on Magic. But then I started messing with the card deck system. Like, oh, okay. This reminds me a lot of Legend of Runeterra and Hearthstone and this other game I was playing for a while. The name escapes me, but basically building your deck a certain way, the multiple colors, the synchronicity between the two, and it gave me that same vibe. I could relate to that part of it. Yeah. But it did not play so well on my PC.
What's your processor?
It's an i5 and 1080 card.
Yeah, that's pushing it. Well, no. I mean, you should be okay. Just put it on lower settings.
I don't know. Part was the controls too. I just couldn't get the feel of the controls.
The controller.
Plug a controller in.
The controller's weird, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I loved the controller.
I only use a keyboard. I didn't plug the controller in.
Yeah, try a controller, but I don't know. There was just some little things about the keyboard, the controller was like meh, but it wasn't bad.
At first, I thought the controller was backwards because you don't unlock all of your spell slots at first.
Correct. Yeah.
But as soon as I started to unlock, I got my third one. I was like, oh, okay. The mapping, it's just the UI looks weird.
Yeah.
And then
it does. It's similar to Dragon Age, how they have it. With like you press Y or whatever. The only mechanic that I was like not super into, although I guess I don't know why they're doing it, but the only mechanic I was not super into, I know Lupo wants to go, is when you use a spell, it like replaces it with a random spell you've unlocked.
Because that's how the deck works.
Because it's
That's
a
the
deck.
deck. It's
You're
the deck.
pulling your hand.
Well,
You're pulling the
Your
cards.
4 buttons is your hand.
That's fine, but no. First of all, you don't have to like mansplain me. I understand how the game of Magic
pantomiming.
works, but
Stop
like,
mansplaining.
but like what I do, I think that it feels okay. Here, I think that it feels weird because I only have like 8 cards right now. Where if I had 20 cards, it would be like, okay, like fine, I'm getting something exciting each time. Like sometimes I'll use it and then like the same card will pop back up and I'm just like, what is happening? So, but I think that's why
you didn't get far enough. Like I got a full deck and I actually wanted to almost start taking ones out. I'm like, okay, I don't want this card to keep coming up.
You can do that. You can.
Yes, I could, but I was trying to get the hang of like, okay, what does this do? Because I was playing the Mind Mage. I thought like, me not being a magic guy, I was like, I'm going to play a caster. I'm going to have a bunch of cool magic spells. No. I ended up having like 12 minions out on the field, and that was how I was dealing all my damage. Well, like, it was ridiculous.
That's
I had minions spawning other minions at one point. I was like, what is this? Like, I'm loving it, but what the heck is going on here?
It's Diablo 3 Necromancer. Yeah.
I mean, I thought that's what the Necromancer would be. But not the caster.
Necromancer didn't have that many minions, man. At least like as far as I got.
Yeah, see, I got to max rank on both the Mind Mage and the Geomancer.
Yeah,
and both of them. Geomancer doesn't have quite as many minions, but
Green has a lot of minions.
Green does as well.
Yeah, Green's whole thing is minions. Lupo, I would like to hear you speak. Go.
So I have two goods and one apprehensive, because I can't say it's bad until it actually happens. So the goods, I think you look at it like a Diablo game, but it does enough different where it feels like something else. You see a lot of like ARPGs and games that are very influenced by Diablo that literally play exactly the same, and they don't do enough to put their own unique identity on the game. So that's frustrating, but I think that Magic does. I like having the ability to turn the camera. It's not like true isometric where you're kind of always locked in that same camera position. So being able to turn the camera and see the battle action and stuff like that is like really awesome. I like and I hate the deck idea. I like the deck idea because it's so unique to the game itself. But like you said, getting cards you don't want is frustrating. Yeah. Even only having 5 cards, like that was really like, so you get that one card when you spawn like a giant minion and it really can't do much against like the couple of things that you're fighting at that point. You're like, I'm just gonna spawn you and get you out of the way.
There's one
and the fact
when you're running green, I'm sure they all have something like this, but there's one that you can like heal, and like when I'm running by myself, you know, it's like beneficial if I have a party, because then I can heal my party members. Otherwise I'm just sitting on this heal spell that I want to use. So it's a similar type of thing. Like I'm just going to use it for the sake of, you know, getting it out of my hand. So I feel that.
Yeah.
The Mind Mage didn't have anything like that, but I definitely had the situation where like, okay, I already have this Golem. I don't need it again. And the only thing that I really irritated me is when you would go into a boss fight, it would unsummon all of your minions.
Yeah.
And you'd have to get back through your deck trying to use up spells, gaining back mana fast enough to get back your minions.
Yeah. I was just happy because I got to break this in. So, yeah. Got to break that bad boy in.
When you actually could have used a controller.
I know, but like these type of games, I want to use the mouse and keyboard because they're not like FPS. You know what I mean?
I don't know. It was like it felt really good on controller. It was. I did have to get, like Lupo said, I did have to get used to being able to rotate the camera, there were definitely times where I was like, okay, I need to head north, and I would start running north, but I'm not actually running north because my camera's turned. And there's a couple times where the camera would put you in a certain way because of a cutscene, but the map wasn't really laid out well for that, so you'd have something blocking you.
Blocking it, yeah.
That's something that they probably fix. But it's
Hopefully.
like there was one or two times where I'm like, I'm in a cutscene, but I can't see or not a cutscene, but a like conversation where I feel like stuff's going on, but I can't see anything because there's a tree in my face.
Yeah,
that definitely happens.
Well, let's.
I had one negative, and that the only thing that I would say about that is paid booster packs could be really egregious to the overall experience of the game if that's the route they choose to go, and if they end up being more powerful than what you can get in the game, or if there's no in-game earnable or way to earn those ones that you would buy with cash. So that would just be extremely frustrating, but it'd be a huge cash flow for the game itself. So
yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yep.
It's something I'll put some more time into once the full game comes out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play it again until the full game's out. I had my fill.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So last topic here, Rad wanted to go over something real quick.
Yeah, I am the Cyberpunk lady. So there's a joke there probably, but I'm not going to make it. We've made too many of the jokes today. Cyberpunk had a huge patch recently. It was 28 gigs, I think, on PC. Jeez. And none of them allow me to romance Pan Am as a lady, but we'll move on. So the what's really great about this patch is they have made a lot of just like quality of life fixes that are the game. I loaded it up the other day. I have not played it probably since January, maybe even December, and it was. I mean, it got prettier. It got the graphics looked better. The mechanics were better. It was like more fluid. It was really, really nice. It was about thank you, Fake. It was about 500 bullet points of patches that they did.
Dang.
And I obviously can't go through them, and it's late, and I'm tired, and I can't like list anything that was like particularly notable, but I can give you kind of like a summary. There was a lot of changes to like really obnoxious bugs that I remember hitting in the game that I think they maybe even patched and it like didn't even work. So I think that they like went back through and patched it again. There were some where like, if you remember in the story towards the beginning, you go to talk to like that Ripper Doc. I think his name is Victor. And I ran into this where like I was supposed to go like after that conversation, go speak to Jackie again. And I couldn't, it just like wouldn't let me. And that just like ruins the game. You know, it's just like, oh, I got to do this all over. They finally fixed that. But like the thing that really stood out to me when I loaded that game back up is how fluid it felt. I really truly noticed a difference just by like, I was like in the, oh my gosh, what's it called? Badlands? I think I'm right. I was in like the Badlands, just like running around, and it just felt better. And so the real takeaway that I have is that I think that the game could have launched a lot better, and I think it should have launched a lot better. But I was just listening to somebody talk about this. So many of these games, because they're just so large, regardless of, you know, any crunch that they're experiencing or whether they're releasing it too early or whatnot, like they often just have a lot of patches. I think Cyberpunk had more than it should have. There's more work on it than it needs to be, but I think that we're starting to see Cyberpunk get to a place where it's going to be really, really great. And I think, unfortunately, it might be too late. People aren't going to take it seriously. But if you're somebody who has considered Cyberpunk, you haven't gotten it yet, I do suggest waiting until you can play it on next gen, or if you can play it on PC. But they are in the process now of starting to make this game look and feel very, very good. And then there's also been some leaks about some upcoming DLC. So there's some free DLCs that have been leaked, and then some paid DLCs that have been leaked. I'll probably be paying for the DLCs because I'm invested. But The free DLCs are things like someone was theorizing something as simple as like when you go to buy clothing, you can like preview what the clothing looks like. Like the fact that that's not in the game is like wild. So I think that they're going to start adding things like that to the game. So
The fact that
sponsored by Real Rad Talk. Hey, whatever. My brother's name is Ted, so there's TED Talks on one side and Rad Talks on the other. So it was. I don't think any of you guys had jumped into it. Plus, I sat here for like 28 minutes while you guys were talking about Outriders. So
True.
yeah. If you have it on PC, download that patch and just jump in and see if it feels different for you, because it definitely did to me. I played a lot of that game when it was not good, not good like on launch, and I'm excited. I loved the world of Cyberpunk. I wrote a lot about that in my review, and I'm looking forward to being able to experience that aesthetic as they add more content and as they make more fixes. So
I'll add to that. I haven't jumped in my Series X and started playing it, but I have. I follow someone on Twitter that has, and they posted a few videos. They're like, "Oh my gosh, this feels and looks like a new game. The quality of life is great, and it looks amazing." I was like, "Yes, they needed that."
They're not even playing the next gen update version.
No,
they're just playing the standard version. Good. Okay, that makes me happy. I think that Cyberpunk deserves much more love than it is getting, and which is a fault of their own.
Right.
I'm looking forward to them sort of having some sort of redemption.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think by the time that DLC comes around, it'll be like a shiny game.
I hope so. I would love to see that.
I hope so too.
So, and that has been a Rad Talk.
That has been real rad talk.
Real Rad Talk.
Right on, guys. Well, we talked about a bunch of stuff. Do y'all have any closing thoughts about anything pressing that you thought of as we were?
I didn't mention something earlier.
Me either.
I swindled myself into purchasing Monster Hunter Rise after I told myself I wouldn't.
Wow. Is that going on your list for the year?
Sure.
Cool.
You know what I purchased on PC?
The Witcher.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
Are you going to play it? Are you?
Eventually. I got past the Griffin.
I can't say I'm just as bad. Like I can't say anything. I am just as bad.
Thank you, Lupo. I appreciate that.
Dude, I have to tell you.
I just give you stuff, Mule, because like you say you're gonna do it and then don't. I just know that I'm not at this point.
True.
Look, they do this on purpose in The Witcher. Like the next place you go in Velen sucks. It sucks. You have to run around Velen. There's like a mud all over the place. There's like things trying to kill you, jumping out of a swamp.
There's a demon baby.
But then there's a demon baby.
There is a demon baby.
But then you get to go to Novigrad, which is like phenomenal. It's like this bustling, like urban place. And then you get to go to the best place, Skellige, because Yennefer's there. And that is like
I'm a good Mule.
Unicorn.
Pretty much.
Unicorn.
If you can get the unicorn is there, you'll enjoy the unicorn. Bring your wife along; she'll love it. So you know,
I got 4 kids. I don't need that.
No, you're just watching it.
I'm not saying you're a unicorn. The unicorn in the game.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
So, in the topic of swindling things, maybe you'll notice, Mule, but there's been no clown car sounds in this stream.
Yeah.
I got myself a new chair.
Yeah,
so
right.
So like I have support in my lower back now, which is like phenomenal.
You're officially grown up.
Chairs do that.
That is one rad chair.
Thank you. I only had to be a little bit of a Karen through the process because Office Depot was a pain in my ass, but it's fine. So I have a nice new chair.
Nice.
Right on.
I'm going to purchase too. My Xbox. The beard tarp.
Beard dog.
The sleeping bag for my beard. No, that's not it. I bought the SteelSeries 7X's wireless.
Yeah.
And then you phenomenal.
Good.
Out of the box, it sounds amazing. If you tweak it with DTS or Dolby Atmos, oh my god, it's phenomenal.
Orgasms.
Yeah, orgasms, and I can't even feel these things right now. So comfort-wise, sound-wise, and quality of manufacturing wise. It's far above my Stealth Series 600 from Turtle Beaches, which I had
Oh, jeez.
rigged with zip ties and duct tape because where they swivel, both parts snapped. It's all plastic.
Oof.
Dang.
And
So,
Crow bought himself a new body.
Yeah,
So we're
Crow
all-
is officially
There you
fully
go.
anime
I
now.
made
I
myself.
made myself a new body.
Uploaded himself to the Matrix.
Yeah.
Great. Love it.
And
All right.
Rad made me this little guy right here.
I did.
Mechanic Crow.
Mechanic Crow.
Open
I actually had to like talk about that on one of my streams recently. Like someone asked about it. It's like, well, let me tell you a story.
Sit down, Sonny. Okay, if we don't stop
Sit
talking,
down and stay a
he's gonna come
while.
through the computer and kill us because he wants to play Outriders. So let's end the stream.
Well, guys, yes, we will end the podcast here. If you like the podcast, make sure you visit mulehorngaming.com about page to find more great content creators like you see right here. And if you're looking for some mule swag, we got our store link right on the front page. If you would, guys, like us on Facebook, leave us a review on iTunes. You can follow us all on Twitter. Remember, guys, when in doubt, blow it up!
Blow it up!
Blow it up.
Most importantly, stay rad.
Like
There we go.
brothers.
Yeah.